G'day mates and welcome to what is going to be France's most desperate attempt since trying to build the Eiffel Tower in an attempt to stay relevant. Welcome to the League of Nations. So I figure we're just going to jump straight in and I'm going to show you what this mod has got. This mod has got a very impressive set of features, some nice GUIs, and it really captures the spirit of the League of Nations, as you'll see with our first few votes. I have on a few other mods. The primary one I've got on is World of Alternatives, because I want to see people changing ideologies for a very good reason that you'll see in just a moment. The plan today is to see if the League of Nations can keep France alive. That's right, I know the British failed it, its own army failed it, and hell, the Maginot Line, well, it just wasn't big enough. Which is something I've heard far too many times. But today, I can guarantee the one thing that is certain not to fail is the League of Nations. My god, it's gonna be great. So let's just dig into the features of this mod real quick. People can leave and join the League of Nations. They can get invited or request membership. There is a leader who decides who gets in or not. You can have a no confidence vote to try and get the leader out of there. You have a focus tree. This is really cool, a shared focus tree. So whoever is the leader chooses the focuses. However, there is only really two choices. And here's the worst part about the focuses though, is it requires 3 successful votings. I've already played around with this mod, and we'll get into why 3 successful votings is harder than it sounds. My only real problem with this mod is there's no negative to being in the League of Nations. You get to vote, you get to decide on things, you get to call votes, you get these bonus political power and improve relations and drift defense. Oh, that's if you're the leader. You also get defense or offense bonuses, but there's no negative to being in, so why would you leave? Because you can leave, but there is seriously no reason to. Which is why I feel like that'd be kind of nice. I don't know, like... Also, I can't leave, I'm France. Anyway, the other mechanic this mod adds is the level of aggressiveness. Basically, at 50%, coalitions can be created against someone, and at 10%, voting can be created against a nation. So voting for sanctions. Or I can invite the Germans in. Get in. You know what? Get in here, Hitler. We've got to keep our friends close and our enemies closer. And, yeah, there's a variety of things you can vote for. But, one, only fascist and communist nations will vote for war, in the case of actual sanctions. And generally, no one wants to actually vote, which is really fucking annoying. But then again, it is the League of Nations, so what did I expect? Oh yeah, by the by, the way level of aggressiveness actually works is if you capitulate or lose a war, or you liberate a country, or if you vote, if you get voted against, or if you're at peace, or you're in defensive war, you lose it. If you're in an aggressive war, sorry, an offensive war with a member of the League of Nations, if you're a puppet. Oh, hang on, if you puppet someone else, sorry. If you annex a state, annex a country, if you force transfer a state while at peace, like, I assume Austria, that sort of stuff. If you declare war, annex country, you get a level of aggressiveness. It builds up pretty quick. Even as a defensive nation, when I was playing Italy, I was watching it stack up real quick. No. See, now, Haiti's democratic. We don't want them in. Very simply, as far as I'm aware, democratic nations won't generally vote for war and hate and all those other things. United States, get out of here. You're not allowed in. We don't want you. I guess the reason why you'd want nations that wouldn't vote for you in is if we did get like a war goal against, say, Germany, then only members in the League of Nations gets that war goal. Also, Dutch East Indies, they're non-aligned, aren't they? I don't know what non-aligned really vote for. Democratic, get out of here. I'm not entirely sure how the voting system works. I know that at least voting for the leader is based off opinion, but voting for, say, sanctions on Germany, I don't know whether that's based off, ideology, whether it's based off of, oh my fucking god, World of Alternatives have kicked in. Australia's breaking away, Canada's breaking away, Germany's in a fucking civil war. Ah, beautiful, the first vote begins. Yugoslavia has started to vote against Italy because of the annexing of Ethiopia. You know what we need to vote for, boys? Currently there's 4 votes for sanctions and 3 against. Okay, so we're winning. We're gonna vote for war. Yes. Look, the voting has ended, and the voting has failed. Wow, looks like the League of Nations failed. That's never happened in history. Another vote against Italy, and already 8 people have voted against. Well, the League of Nations failed for a second time, but funnily enough, because the Kingdom of Hungary took over Austria when it was, what's it called, forming Austria-Hungary, it's now at 20% aggressiveness, so we can actually vote against them. However, we're currently electing a new leader. Welcome to the most fun part of this mod. You have to click through, and hope that you don't miss your name. Thank God I'm at the start of the list. Vote for France. Vote for France. France was elected. God, those incumbent votes are beautiful. It's 1939. Not a war to be seen. She used to be a battlefield.
Now it's a ghost town.
Oh, war, finally. Finally, war. Wait, hang on, you're not even going down the path that makes you at war with them. How did you... Did you just make a war with China? What? At least there's war. At least there's a fight, at least something's gonna happen. Oh, well, I guess literally invading China doesn't even matter for the League of Nations. Another day, another failed vote. Why is Lenin Trotsky reading all of our fucking failed votes like, man, sure I'm glad I'm in Mexico, and there's no ice picks in my fucking skull. What did I say about the ice pick? Ooh, there's a map mode. This is nice. The Communist States of America has declared war on Chile. No! You need to join us! Stop being at war. Wait, are you just Elf Landon with a fucking communist badge? You sure as fuck look like it. Oh wow, China's not even a major anymore. Oh, Soviet Union's going in on Poland. Aren't I guaranteeing them? Pretty sure I am. Yeah, I'm gonna go to war. We're at war. It only took 10 fucking years. Jesus. Let's go find the front line. Excuse me, Kaiser Wilhelm, I need to go through. Oh, everyone wants to get in my faction. Why not? Let's get everyone in the French Entente Alliance. Terra Marina, of course. The Kingdom of Hungary, get in. Who else? The new Afghan Khanate, you want in, of course you do. Brazil wants it, get in Brazil. Wait, holy shit, what? Oh my god! The first successful vote, oh go fuck yourself. The first successful vote in the history of the League of Nations was everyone agreeing to go to war with China because of its aggressive behavior. The minor China, which is about to capitulate thanks to a Japanese invasion, we've all agreed to invade, including our allies, our enemy that Europe has now rallied against. The Soviet Union has also joined us in war against fucking China. Fuck it, I'm going to war with China too. Oh, Commie China's gone too. China was puppeted, and the game fucking crashes. I got a cookie. Well, I got a lot of cookies. And some milk. We're back again. And apparently the opium wars have kicked back up because the UK has declared war on China. You know, that China that just got puppeted by the Japanese shogunate. No, not that China. No, that China. Wait, was it that China? No, he declared war on both Chinas, actually. You know what? I agree with you, Republican Spain. Can we keep voting to get the fuck... Just Halifax, what is wrong with you? I've only just noticed that the Qing China is actually in the common form as well. Japan's in the Pan-Slavic Workers' Congress. Oh my god, another successful voting! Trade sanctions! Trade sanctions is what we've decided on against the Soviet Union. The nation that we're all currently invading. I mean, I suppose we are already at war with them, but it just feels like trade sanctions is a little bit, you know, redundant. Wait, what? Hang on. What? Liberate war goal against the UK? You're kidding me! Our third fucking vote was literally war against the UK! You're fucking kidding me. Beautiful. Every single bloody member of the League of Nations now gets attack as their bonus. They've got attack and they get generate war goal tension limit down. We also get to vote on adding some military factories to everyone, and then we get to abolish the elections. However, each fucking focus takes 210 days. I'll see you in a bit. In the meantime, I'm just pushing deep into Russia. I'm only using like a tiny portion of my army because, wow, we are fucking smashing through. Because they're all starving to death if I put my whole army in, so this'll do. The sort of screenshot that would make r/Hoi4 wet themselves. Do it again, Philip Leclerc! I don't really care what happens, so I'm just gonna go. Oh my fucking god, I take it back, I care what happened. How in the fuck did this occur? You're not a puppet, are you? You are just... Okay. Abolish elections. I'm the only one in charge anymore. Yes. Yes, France! Here we are at the end. Finally. And look, I know the League of Nations wasn't everything it could have been. And I know I'm not going to make the United Nations, because we all know how well that goes. But there's one thing we can do. We can make the United Nation. That's right. Since we all fight for the same thing, it'd be appropriate not only to be part of the same institution, but the same nation. I'll see you in like, I don't know, 20 minutes or 30 minutes whenever this fucking focus finishes. Wonderful. Side with the League of Nations. Wait, side with the League of Nations nation? Yes. The leader of the League of Nations has dissolved the League of Nations as we know it and has reformed into one single nation. Oh boy. Cancel trade sanctions. Should we cancel trade sanctions? Keep the sanctions. Fuck it. Wow, that was remarkably underwhelming. Brilliant. We got Ireland. We got the Benelux. We got some of the Balkans. Oh boy, that was not even remotely worth it. Most of the people left the bloody League of Nations anyway. And now I don't have a faction anymore, I don't think, or do I? Oh, we still have a faction. But we're now the League of Nations. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. That was probably the most boring game of Hoi 4 I've ever played. Like, there was just a good 2-3 hours where nothing fucking happened. There was no wars for like 2-3 years. I think it went from like Ethiopia fell, and then there wasn't a war until China in like 1939/19... No, it was like 1940, wasn't it? Look, I'm gonna go pass away. France survived because literally nothing attacked it. Just no one could be bothered. They were too busy trying to figure out how the fuck anyone could actually vote in the League of Nations to get a fucking trade sanction through. And then, of course, we all accidentally declared war on China. I'm gonna go. Bye-bye.